Hello, Easton, and welcome to the Rabbi's Roundtable. I'm Rabbi Peter Hyman, and we are coming to you from the studio of MCTV in the basement of the Avalon Theater. And with me, it's really a Rabbi's Roundtable, Rabbi Jordan Goldson. And Rabbi Goldson is the rabbi at Temple B'nai Israel. And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, always. And we have a number of things to share with the community that's coming up. And so,
Yeah, we have a
what's happening?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to share with all of you. We have a very special person coming into Easton this week.
Yes.
His name is Rabbi Sergio Bergman. He's originally from Argentina, and he's going to be with us this entire weekend as a scholar in residence. He'll be doing a presentation on Thursday night as part of the Barry and Susan Coe series. But let me tell you a little bit about who he is and what his position is. First of all,
He's very well known.
yeah, I mean his position. We don't have a leader like the Pope
Right.
or bishops. That's right. We are more a union of congregations here in North America and around the world.
Yep.
In America and Canada, we call that the Union for Reform Judaism.
Yep.
But around the entire world, all of the reform or liberal or progressive congregations, depending on what they call themselves, are under the auspices of the World Union for Progressive Judaism.
Yep.
And so there are literally thousands of congregations from every country in the world.
That's right.
And he is the president of that organization. And he's going to be here to tell us a little bit what's happening in the Jewish world in places that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's also going to talk a little bit about climate change,
Yeah, so
which is important.
the interesting thing is that he's only been working professionally in this position for the last 6 years or so. Prior to that, he was the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development for Argentina.
In Argentina.
So he was in the government and he worked on issues of sustainability and environmentalism. He told me that he was responsible for opening 6 national parks. He was part of the climate accords. So he's done a lot in that area. He really knows what's happening all around the world. He knows the players, and so he's going to be here speaking to us telling us about what's going on. So it's going to be at the temple on Thursday night at 7:00. If you come half an hour early, you can have a little wine and cheese. And so you're welcome. There's no charge for this. We ask people to register if you can to email, call the temple office or email, go on the website, and you can register just so we have a list of people who are going to be attending.
Yeah, it's what he has to say is important. It's knowledgeable. It's current, and we would encourage you to come and participate.
Yeah.
And after after Rabbi Bergman, who else is coming?
Well, a good friend of mine and ours, actually. You knew him probably longer than I
Yep.
did. Rabbi Arnie Sludelberg is from Michigan. Is going to be here as a scholar in residence the first weekend in March. But mostly what would interest you is that he happens to be a comedian.
Yeah, he's very good.
And so on Saturday night, he's going to do a presentation. It runs almost an hour and a half, and it's fantastic. I think the title of it is Biblical Sarah to Seinfeld, 4,000 Years of Jewish Humor. Yes. And he sort of tells jokes in sort of like, what are the genres of humor that Jews have told throughout history. And I've seen him do it, and it's fantastic. And he does it in churches
He
and
does it all over.
campuses, and he's doing it all over. So he's going to be here that weekend. We were in rabbinic school together, and Rabbi Hyman and he were in Boy Scouts together, and
He served with me as a chaplain.
Yeah.
At the jamborees for a couple of years.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's great.
And it'll be very funny. He's very smart and very clever.
Oh, he is very smart.
So these are exciting things.
Yeah. He told me recently his husband is a runner, and he does these long runs, like 50-mile runs, 100-mile runs, things like that. And he trains for these runs days in and days out. Except he said, I said, well, do you ever train with him? He says, on Mondays, that's his day of rest. So I train with him. He has a good sense of humor.
But we did a lot of work. He was a chaplain with me, and
I know he wrote his rabbinic thesis on Judaism in Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts, absolutely.
And so I guess that hadn't been something that people knew about.
No.
In the past, there were Jewish chaplains.
Yeah. Right from the Mortimer Schiff. Started the Boy Scouts in America, actually.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, and proceeded from there. So it's very interesting. So if you can attend, please do. You'll find both of these programs really interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Anything else we should tell the group?
I don't know. We're excited to have Rabbi Bergman. The way that I knew him is I was a rabbi at a congregation that was closing because we didn't have the demographics of our area had changed, and it was one of these congregations where we could no longer support the building that we had and so on. And so we had Torah scrolls, which are holy, and we don't just throw those out, we give them to other congregations. So we contacted the World Union for Progressive Judaism to find out if there were congregations that could use the Torahs, and so that's how I came to know him. And 4 of our 5 Torahs went to congregations in what they call emerging congregations. These are new congregations in places that you necessarily wouldn't expect there to be a Jewish community, or there haven't been in a long time. One of them went to Taipei. One went to just outside of Lisbon, and one was in Valencia, Spain. Now, what's interesting about that is that in the 1492, in that area, we know the story, and the Inquisition. All of the Torahs left Spain, right, and went to other places in the world, and now they're going back, right? It's an amazing. So some of our Torahs are hundreds of years old, and so these 2 congregations will be using those Torahs.
Very nice.
And the other one is a Torah that is being donated to a congregation that was formed after the war in Ukraine started, and it's in Israel, in a suburb of Tel Aviv. This congregation started made up of Ukrainian and Russian immigrants Jewish immigrants who left Russia and Ukraine and came to Israel. Now they formed a congregation together, and they're going to be using our Torah.
That's wonderful.
That's how I got to know Rabbi Bergman, and he's a fabulous guy, and he's looking forward to getting to see Easton and spend some time with all of us.
Absolutely, it's going to be wonderful. And we invite you to register and call the temple office or go online.
Absolutely.
And hopefully you'll participate in what will be a really dynamic program.
Thank you. We will be recording it, so if there's someone who absolutely can't come, but needs to use it for, purposes in the future, it will be available.
Good. Anything else?
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
You look great.
Likewise. Thank you.
And Rabbi's teaching every week over at the temple. What are you teaching now?
The book of Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Yes.
Yeah. What does Isaiah have to say?
Actually, it's funny you should say that, because on the study guides that I do, I have the same cover page, and I have a phrase that says, "Ancient words, same issues."
Yeah.
Right? And the truth of the matter is, you read what Isaiah he's yelling at the rich people and the politicians, and it's the same issues that we confront thousands of years later.
One of the things that I like about Isaiah is when he talks about us, sometimes we posture in our religiosity. And so people will, on certain holidays, they'll fast and they'll consider themselves to be, pious because they fast on that particular holiday. And Isaiah says, is this the kind of fast that we need?
Yeah.
Says the kind of fast that we need is that you give to the poor, that you feed the hungry, you clothe the naked. This is what I require of you, not that you're fasting necessarily.
And he's speaking not for himself, but he's speaking for God.
Right.
So
right.
Anyway, yes, it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting, and it's still pertinent.
Yeah. Great.
Anything else? Okay.
That's a bit for now.
We'll have you back.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and good to see all of you, and hope that you're all coming out of this deep freeze healthy and well, and I look forward to seeing you again too.
It's time for summer.
Yes. That's all.
And Easton, we will be right back. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
And with Easton, we are back, and I'm Rabbi Peter Hyman. You're seated at the Rabbi's Round Table, and my next guest, not a stranger to the Rabbi's Round Table. You've been here before.
I have. Thanks for having me back.
Glad to have you. Wendy Palmer. Wendy is the Director of Health Interventions for the Y of the Chesapeake.
That's correct.
And that means not just on Peach Blossom or Washington, but we have how many? We have like
12. It'll be 12 YMCAs when we're finished the St. Mary's bill.
Yep, all over the peninsula, and there's a lot of good work being done. I always, as you've heard me say before, I always take great pride in the fact that I'm the rabbi for the YMCA.
We love it too.
It's such a wonderful organization. The work that you guys do is so important. I'm so glad to be able to support it and work as well.
We appreciate you.
So tell me, Director of Health Interventions, what does that mean?
So I'm in charge of all the programming across the YMCA of the Chesapeake that would help individuals that might be facing a chronic disease diagnosis and help the family move through that journey together. We say we're on an encouragement mission. We want to help them with whatever their needs are. And today the newest program that we launched about a year and a half ago in Easton is the highlight, Tandem.
Oh, so yes, Tandem. And what does that mean? And what does that stand for?
So Tandem stands for the Alzheimer's and Dementia Encouragement Mission. And something that I created because I saw a need, and very exciting to provide it in Easton and continuing to grow this program. We're in Centerville now too.
Wow, how important. I'm not being gratuitous.
Yeah.
To be able to see something and to develop a program which responds directly to what is so ultimately could be devastating.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Tell us how you built it and what's happening. And
so my family, we have a loved one with dementia, and we were primary caregivers, and noticing things that could go better, right? Like when you're in the moment, there are things that you're like, well, this is difficult. How can we make this easier for ourselves and for our loved one? And what I can tell you is the more people are moving and getting exercise, we're able to lower their stress and increase their mood, but also creating a community. So the need really came from our own family experience, where I could see that families like ours may feel as though they're going this journey alone, but there are so many families on this journey.
That is so important. And oftentimes, I see this certainly from a clergy perspective, people think that they're the only one, whether it's a family or an individual, and so many other people are experiencing it, and to be able to connect folk and have them share not in the individual reality, but the experience
Yeah.
How important is that?
We really see great benefits coming together. We meet twice a week at the Easton Y on Washington Street. Um, Gentle exercise, right? We don't really think of exercise as something that makes a huge difference in our mood, but it really improves the mood. So bringing our loved ones into the space. So care partners come with the individuals. They are getting their own respite through exercise and laughter and joy. And we're caring for both individuals. We're helping them move well, feel well, and we get to play a lot of really fun games. So
And they get to connect.
and they get to connect. Yeah.
As I said, not feeling isolated and alone is so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Any stories you want to share with us about?
Well, I can tell you, in the very beginning when we first had our intakes and we're meeting the families for the first time, one family in particular said, "We've never done anything like this before." And my response was, "What if it's the best thing you've ever done? Don't miss out on this
Yeah.
opportunity."
Yeah.
And I've seen such changes in both individuals. It's a mother-daughter. And, as I said, they said they'd never experienced anything, no community groups, that sort of thing. And so now they're so connected to everyone else in the program and they lean on one another. So we're giving them a toolbox of things they can do at home. We're showing them exercises they can do at home. We're showing them ways to support their loved one. But they're also leaning on one another within the space. So
important.
there's a group text chain that is so supportive and caring and loving, and people offering support. Can I go to the store for you? Can I help you with this? There's just a connection in and among the family. So we love that.
Well, Wendy, that's so important.
Yeah.
So moving. Tell me, what's collaborative art?
Okay, so in addition to exercise and movement, we've made it a really big piece of our program to bring in art. We know that creativity really helps reduce anxiety, individuals that are facing a dementia or Alzheimer's diagnosis. And many of them may have had experience with art in the past, but even if they haven't, through some of the creative work we do, they find out that, wow, I'm pretty good at this. What we love to lean into more is the collaborative art. And that means that we all create something together.
Oh, cool.
So it is very cool.
I didn't realize that.
One of my favorite pieces was we did a mosaic, if you will. And it was 4 gigantic poster boards that were hanging at the front of the classroom that I had done a simple outline of where I would like it to spell out love, Love, gigantic, right? And so our participants came together, and with the smallest pieces of colorful paper, they were to outline this L in pieces of paper, all different colors, and glue it on. And so it became this mosaic. What I loved about it the most was our V in love became a heart. Somebody had intentionally started moving the pieces in what turned out to be this beautiful heart shape. And so when we probably spent 2 or 3 weeks on it. It took us some time to fill in this whole sheet. But it was massive. When we stood back and we could see that we had put this together with love to show love for one another, it was just magical. And by the way, the whole time class is in session, there's music playing. And so I like to say, if you're tired of doing the art project with us, the dance floor is always open.
Oh, that's
and so our guests can move into the dance floor and just have a moment, and there's joy in that, right? It's the freedom to be who you want to be in this space with no judgment and no worry or concern for your loved one's safety or ability to do something, and no fear of failing. There's no reason to think about failing, because anything you'd like to do, it's you can just participate how you like.
Well, when you reference the music, I'm thinking of somebody once wrote, "If music be the food of love, play on."
Play on, and there is plenty of joy in that.
Yes.
And we know that music is a really special place in our memory, right? So even if you're experiencing memory loss, dementia, or Alzheimer's, Music is the way to come, but to bring them back into a space where they really feel connected, right?
Yep.
I just remember playing a couple of songs that were so special to individuals, and you could just see them light up. Even individuals that come to us who may be somewhat nonverbal will be sharing and speaking a song.
It's the power of music.
It's the power.
It
of
really
music.
is.
It's exceptional.
And if somebody wants to find out or call and
Yeah.
who do they call? How
So
do they do it?
So they're going to reach out to me at the Y.
Okay.
They can reach me at the website, or excuse me, at my email address, wpalmer@ymcachesapeake.org. Or they can simply call the Y and say, I want to know more about Tandem. And our staff will capture their information, and I'll be back in touch with them within 24 hours. We want to connect people to the program. It's currently served at the Easton Y and the Centerville Y, the Queen Anne's County Family Y, and we're hoping to expand to all 12 of our Ys in the near future. So
It's wonderful, and you're to be commended. And
thank you.
as again I say, the YMCA is one of the finest organizations in our community. And we're fortunate.
We're very blessed.
We really
No
are.
doubt.
I'm not being
Yeah.
gratuitous. We really are. We've been talking with Wendy Palmer. Wendy is the Director of Health Interventions for the YMCA of the Chesapeake.
That's right.
And this is not your first time here, and it
No.
won't be your last.
I hope to be back, and we'll talk more about Rocksteady Boxing. We got to get that.
Oh yes. Oh, you want to?
So I want to just share that we've expanded. We're not just here in Talbot County for Rocksteady Boxing. We're in Dorchester County at the Robbins Family YMCA. So anybody that has received a Parkinson's diagnosis, no matter where you live in the state of Maryland, reach out to the YMCA. We're going to connect you to the right coach in the right region. But yeah, we want to help.
Lots of work to do, and I'm glad you're doing it, and we're
you.
appreciative. And you will come back.
I will be back. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for saying yes.
Of course.
And Easton, we will be back. And we are back, Easton, and you're seated at the Rabbi's Roundtable. And my third guest, not really a guest, you've been here before, is the boss,
Yep.
Al Bond, who, what's your formal title?
I am the executive director
The
of
executive-
the Avalon Foundation.
Yes, the executive director of the Avalon Foundation. And because of your graciousness, I've been able to do the Rabbi's Roundtable for,
Many years now.
gosh,
Yeah.
longer than I can even remember. But thank you so much. And I'm
very
so
welcome.
glad
Yeah.
you're here.
Yep. It's a pleasure.
I thought that maybe we take a few minutes and you could share with the community what's going on, what's
Sure.
coming up in the Avalon, and what we can expect.
Yeah. Well, this has been a really big year for us. Our fiscal
huge
year
year.
starts in July, and it started off with by far the biggest plein air ever.
Yeah.
And we've just been on a roll ever since.
People came from all over the country.
They did.
It's just blown away how that's.
When we first started doing this, the plein air festivals were very sort of localized. Yeah, and now truly, I mean, the artists have always been coming from all over the country, but the collectors are truly coming from everywhere. They're flying in from Texas and Oklahoma and California and New York and all over. So
Very cool.
No, it's really.
And you guys, I mean, good for you.
So, we're working on plein air number 22 for this summer. And we just actually on Friday announced the artists for this coming year.
Cool.
We had a juror, artist named Mark Bodges, who was in our competition many years ago and has sort of moved past competition, but is nonetheless an incredibly accomplished artist, and he made the selections for this year.
Wow, nice.
We're really very excited about this year's crew that is going to be coming in. The other really big thing that happened this year was Susie Moore.
Yes.
Moving on to Atkins Arboretum, which has has been challenging in that she was so good at her job.
I know.
Believe
me, I know.
And what we ended up doing is bringing together a sort of a team of bookers, and we actually wrote software that allowed us to all of them to be able to work together.
Oh, great.
Susie was famous for her paper calendar.
I know.
It was if it was in pencil, it was a maybe. If it was in ink, then it was a
Definite.
yes. And if it had the star on it, that meant that this star stamp meant that we actually had a signed contract. So when you're working with multiple people, that is not the way to go. And so we've got a tool that does a whole lot of things for us. It allows us to schedule our volunteers and our staff. It does all the sort of financial planning around how shows work. It actually produces settlement reports and a whole lot of and it allows anybody who's on that system to see sort of what's in the pipeline, what's what might happen, but that hasn't actually but it's still written in pencil.
That's so cool.
No, that was a big transition for us,
course,
but
of course.
it's working incredibly well.
Good.
Yeah.
Change is always difficult.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's part of the fun of it for me. I mean, I'm a business manager, and I like solving complicated problems.
Well, and you do a good job.
And this was definitely a big one.
Good.
Obviously, Susie is not just a Avalon worker, but a longtime friend.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
we certainly on a personal level really miss her.
I agree.
But Sean and Ryan and Dina have really picked up and the ball and run with it. So I'm so proud of them.
For sure. And what you've done and what this place does in terms of contribution to the community is really remarkable, and we're grateful. We're fortunate.
The world looks at us as an arts organization, and we think of ourselves as being a community building organization.
That's how I've always looked at it.
It is.
Absolutely.
We use arts and culture to convene community.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I don't.
And the world needs more of that.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So what else is going to go on? Anything?
Well, I guess, obviously we're in the middle of our the year for our live music work. We're really ramping up a lot of our children's programming right now. Both the Avalon Children's Theater, they're working on Winnie the Pooh right now, and Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat is coming right after that. That's for an older demographic than the Winnie the Pooh one. But
I can give a sermon on that.
You could, actually. Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah. And so, and then the Young Audiences program is where we have every child in a grade in Talbot County Public Schools come to a performance.
Oh, wonderful.
So it happens that a grade in Talbot County Public Schools are a little less than 400 people, and the theater holds 400 people.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's all the schools, Tillman, St. Michael's Chapel, Marsh, and obviously Easton Elementary, all get to come, and
Wonderful.
We've got about 7 of those this year, which we're excited about.
Start them young.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I think that in terms of like having meaningful, lifelong impact, going to one performance is not going to make you a consumer of performing arts.
Correct.
But going to a performance virtually every year as a child really does develop the habit of it,
and it remains from that
and sort of demystifies it.
And it remains with the kids. They will remember those.
Absolutely, they do. I mean, we've bump into people that are graduated from college now that went through that program with us, and they talk about how much it's really changed them for the better.
Yes.
So we're excited about that.
Cool.
And, a lot of planning. I mentioned plein air, which is obviously the biggest outdoor thing that we do.
Right.
But we have 10 street concerts that we're going to do this year.
They're wonderful. They are wonderful.
Yeah, really focusing on the 250th, and I think there's 4 military bands that are going to be part of that 10 this year, which is a big.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Do we get the Navy band?
We have the Army, the Navy, and the Naval Academy. There's 2 Navy bands actually that are going to be here. So yeah, the Naval Academy's jazz band is doing a 100th year celebration of Miles Davis. So I'm really looking forward to seeing big Miles Davis fan. So
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, come on out and see him on the street.
I will.
this summer.
I will.
So, again, all of that programming, the farmers market, the multicultural festival, this is when all the decisions get made for all that stuff that comes.
Sure.
So we're in the thick of that right now too.
I love the farmers market.
Yeah. No, it is one more way that we convene community.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And people
it's so
come
successful.
and it gives people a direct connection with the agricultural community, and that is obviously remains the largest part of our economy here on the Eastern Shore and Talbot County specifically.
And it's fresh and it's delicious.
And exactly, wholesome food, and we have a lot of local performers that make music at the farmers market, so it gives people an opportunity to be seen and heard. And that's
recognized. It's
exactly.
so important.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, this year we added a partnership with Ava's Pizza to what we're doing. So we've had concessions for many, many years when performances are happening. And when the restaurant was here, there was obviously food there. But since we bought that space, we don't really think of ourselves as being in the restaurant business.
Right.
We're a nonprofit. We try to stay in our lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there was a lot of demand for food, and it happens that Ava's has a commissary where they prepare the ingredients for their food, and then it's finished off in the restaurants. The pizzas are made, but the dough comes from the commissary, and the sauce comes from the commissary, so forth. And that makes it possible through this partnership for us to be able to have really high quality food, but not have to have all of the labor and infrastructure that would go into running a traditional restaurant. So that's been a real hit.
Wonderful.
People, really appreciate that, and
and
are coming early.
Ava's is good. It's very good.
Yeah, I mean, they do an excellent job. We try to partner with local businesses whenever we can. Sure. The coffee served here is from Rise Up, and has been a donation from Rise Up now for many years. There's all sorts of ways that we connect in with local businesses. But
it's just wonderful.
That's sort of what's going on at the Avalon right now. We've hired some new people. We now have a box office manager that came in recently. Casey Waters is her name.
Okay.
And regular box office hours. That was really necessary in order for Dina to move up and to be more involved in the booking. We have Carrie Clear is the woman who's in charge of the food and beverage right now, and is sort of the key person for working for us that makes that Ava's partnership happen.
Good.
So that's exciting. We've got another part-time bartender has been added in so that we can kind of keep up with our new this new business line. Kimberly has moved on to being in charge of our rentals. A lot of people don't really realize. I mean, we like to keep the door swinging here on our own, and we put on about 160 shows a year, in the theater and Stoltz Listening Room. But actually, we're a resource for a lot of other nonprofits. Yeah, typically about 30 other organizations use our space
yes.
every year
know
for,
that.
for their functions.
I know that.
So, we try to, facilitate and be a home for, a lot of other, especially, sort of cultural nonprofits.
Yes.
But, there's,
You're doing a great job.
So,
You've done a great
yeah.
job. You're continuing to do a great job, and it's so important
Yeah.
because it really establishes the community in a profound way.
No, it's a lot of fun doing it as well, and it is sort of this virtuous cycle where the more we do, the more community members support us, the more we can do, and so
I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, no, well, thanks.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, we enjoy doing it too. The whole team. I get to work with really fantastic people.
I know you do.
And it makes it look easy.
Well, and you do a great job, Al. Thank you.
Thanks.
And thanks for what you do for the community. And again, I'm appreciative for having done, I think, is it 18 years?
I think that's about right.
18 years.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. No,
crazy.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
And we'll do a couple more before it's over.
I hope so. Yeah.
Maybe
Very
3
good.
or 4.
Yep. Good. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
we've been talking with Al Bond, who is the boss at the Avalon Theater and allows so much to happen, and your team is magnificent
Yeah. No, I
And-
couldn't be more proud of all of them.
for good reason, and this will not be your last time at the Rabbi's Roundtable.
I'm sure we'll be back again.
You can
Thank
count.
you for having me.
Thank
Yeah,
you for letting
appreciate
me do
Yep,
it.
Yep.
And
Thanks,
Easton,
Rabbi. Yep.
we will be back next time at the Rabbi's Roundtable. See you next month. Bye.